Second Church, this video is a continuation of Psalms 46, verse 10. We're going to continue on into the next statement here. Now, Psalms 46, verse 10 starts out saying, "Be still, come, and know that I am God." We've talked about how to be still, what it means to be still in the sight of God, in his view, what it means. Now, we asked the question in the last video, how do I do that? Luke chapter 7, verse 47 and 48 told us exactly what we need to do. So it starts with us being obedient as we possibly can. But the next thing he says after the comma is, "and know that I am God." Now, there are two words in that phrase that are extremely, extremely important for me to pick up on, to catch. What is he saying? He says, "and know that I am God." Know that I am God. A-M. This word is italicized. This word "am" is italicized. Now, I have the King James Version. In the King James Version, the word "am" is italicized, which means the emphasis is on that word. So being that the emphasis is right there, is on that one particular word, that means I need to pay extremely close attention to what that word means. I need to define that word. I need to understand what the view is on this particular. What is he saying here when he says, "I am God"? Number one, let me just tell you that being that the word is italicized, that strongly suggests to me that God here is placing all attention on himself. He's telling the whole world, be quiet, be still, because I want you to know something. The first thing I want you to realize, the first thing I want you to know is that I am God. When I say I'm God, that means I'm almighty, all wisdom. Watch this. I'm your Jehovah Jireh, which means I'm your provider. I'm your Jehovah Nissi, which means I'm your banner. That means you need to keep my name lifted up above every circumstance, every situation that you encounter while you're on this earth. Number one. So the first thing I want you to realize is that I am God. Your money is not your God. Your home is not your God. Your car is not your God. And watch this here. Your husband and your wife, your best friend, your first cousin, not your wife. Not your God. I am your God. And I need you to know that. Now watch this. The second word here in this text, in this one sentence, is to know. No. K-N-O-W. That is although it comes before the word "am", yet in context, it falls second to the word "am", because it means to be made aware through developing a relationship with someone and then spending time with that person. Now that gets into the fellowship aspect of my relationship with Jesus. Now, I only have a few minutes, so let me say this to you. It's not always my intention to strictly ignore the Word of God. It's not. Sometimes, in some people's lives, we have single mothers. A single mother has to get up 5 o'clock in the morning in order to be to work at 7. She's got to get the kids ready for school. She's got to cook breakfast for them. She has to prepare their lunch. And then when she does get a chance to get in the car, get ready to go to work, she has to fight all the traffic between here or point A to point B. And God forbid if they have a major wreck on the way on the route that mama takes to work, and she has to take a detour, which may take her an extra hour. And if she calls in late too many times, it's a possibility that I can lose my job. So what happens is I end up creating another circumstance for myself. God forbid that should happen. God forbid that they should have a work detour, a work detail, working on the freeway based on the route that I take to go to work. So it's not always intentional. But here's the one thing. Peter tells us to sanctify the Lord in your heart. Isaiah says to sanctify the Lord in your heart. What that means, saints, is that at some point throughout the activity of my day, I have got to sanctify, set aside a time for me to just fellowship, for me to just spend time with God. When I do that, when I consciously choose to do that, then I can become aware spiritually. I can become aware. I can know that He is God. I'm about out of time. I thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. In our next video, we'll be on the third sentence, which says, I will be exalted. I will be exalted among the heathen. That's a statement. That's saying something.